A groundbreaking Channel 2 Action News investigation. Thousands of unauthorized immigrants convicted of violent crimes were removed from this country several times, but they keep coming back and often commit more crimes. Channel 2's investigative reporter Aaron Diamant uncovered the alarming number of dangerous deportees the federal government keeps but doesn't advertise. Aaron?
Jovita, the policy battle over immigration reform rages in Washington, D.C. and here at home. The debate is often fueled by emotion and politics, and we spent months working to cut through all that, crunching the Fed's own numbers in ways no one else had to identify and quantify a specific group of unauthorized immigrants in Georgia and around the country who objectively pose a safety problem.
But now she not here now.
Not even broken English can hide Maya Gurung's broken heart.
Hit it hard.
Sergio Viralula recently pleaded guilty and got a life sentence for murdering Gurung's daughter, Manju Punmagar, outside her Cobb County apartment in 2013.
I need to meet for that guy. Why you kill for my daughter?
Punmagar immigrated legally from Nepal just 2 years earlier. Prosecutors say her murder capped off a 2-week-long violent crime spree by Viralula.
He killed somebody in my county. And so that stuff amps me up. It does. It bothers me. It concerns me.
Most concerning for Cobb DA Vic Reynolds, Viralula was in the United States illegally. The feds had already sent him back to Mexico 3 times, but he kept coming back through what Reynolds and other critics call our southern border's revolving door.
I'm confident we could go to any of the courtrooms that we service day in and day out, and we could find representatives of this same circumstance.
Wanting more than just emphatic anecdotes, we spent months analyzing millions of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement removal records for fiscal year 2003 through 2013, released under the Freedom of Information Act. Of the more than 386,000 unauthorized immigrants removed from the U.S. in 2013, nearly 223,000, that's 60%, had at least one prior removal. Going a step further, we found more than 42,000 removed that same year had been convicted at some point of an aggravated felony. Of those felons, more than 27,000, a staggering 64%, had been removed before.
My first reaction when I saw the results of your analysis was, wow.
Shock from Washington, D.C.-based Center for Immigration Studies, Jessica Vaughn.
Those absolute numbers are huge.
The reason Vaughn, who studies this stuff for a living, sounded so surprised.
Because I've never looked in the data in that very same way, and I don't think anybody else has either.
Vaughn was also floored. We found Georgia ranks first in deportations amongst all non-border states and 4th overall, behind only Texas, then head out west to California, then the state of Arizona. Pay attention to these numbers. The feds deported more than 7,100 unauthorized immigrants from Georgia in fiscal year 2013. Nearly 1,200 had aggravated felony convictions. Of those, 513, that's 44%, had at least one prior removal.
Georgia has effectively become a border state, certainly for illegal alien criminals.
A dynamic that hit home for Manju Punmagar's aging parents, who relied on the money their daughter sent back to Nepal to make ends meet.
And who take care of for us?
Now, we asked Immigrations and Customs Enforcement leaders to weigh in on all this, but so far the agency has turned down all of our requests for an interview.
So 2 things. You talked about that 44%. That means they're just turning around after deportation and coming right back to Georgia, correct?
Oftentimes.
And then what is this costing taxpayers?
Well, that's sort of a more complicated answer. I'll tell you that the federal government spends billions of dollars every year on immigration enforcement, and now we know at least 2/3 of the people who got removed had been removed before at least once. Taxpayers are on the hook for each of those return trips. Now, our investigation continues tomorrow as we dig deeper into the numbers to identify the specific crimes these repeat deportees commit most often. Plus, we take what we found to lawmakers in Washington, D.C., the important impact they say our investigation will have. That's tomorrow on Channel 2 Action News at 6.